Are the mics working? Dude, oh my god, this is so botched.
Camille.
Scream the intro. You always scream.
Welcome back to the BotchPod, the worst podcast in the world. Today we have Camille.
Yes.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so for the people out there that don't know you, introduce yourself a little bit. Tell the people what you do.
Yes. I cook for a living. And more so, I do dinners, private dinners, and I do from 2 to 5 courses at people's home. And I have a great time. A fucking great time.
So that's cool. So you do online courses as well? Or is
yes.
it like in-person courses?
I do actually. I'm actually, matter of fact, I'm going to do a Zoom class I'm doing tomorrow. And then I do that not very often, but I do for businesses. Just kind of team networking type things where they're going to learn like a quick, easy recipe. Tomorrow is for a meal prep that they can expose themselves to do on a week where they're busy, and then bring it to work. Otherwise, I'm doing the video on Instagram. That is taking a lot of time. Taking a lot of time when you're tripping in your own camera. I sort of like doing a video of me recording myself of the back of the scene, and that is definitely something different. But I try to hustle my day in a way that is like, no one will want to be trying to follow me in a day because they'll say like that man is a maniac or jokers or whatever. But it's like it's insane and it's very tough tempo because it's like I'm going from doing a video to deliver some meal prep to finishing my prep to go to the dinners and then do the dinners and come home and doing all over again.
So this is like a packed day.
Yes, I try to get the most of my age. I think so.
Okay. How old are you?
29.
29. Okay.
29. August 5th.
August 5th?
Yeah.
Well, happy early birthday.
Thank
yeah,
you.
happy early
Appreciate
birthday. Shit.
This will come out after your birthday, but
Yeah, so he's 25 now for you watching.
yeah.
I said 25. I'm so shot. 29.
Yeah, I take 5 years in between us.
I'll give you that. You
Thank
look
you.
young for
Actually,
your
like
age.
I actually like prefer this day is like the youngest I can be is like it's better.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's been a trip.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, America. Yeah, it will be 10 years next year. Almost 10 years.
So what made you want to come to America?
And Buffalo specifically.
Yeah, Buffalo. Yeah.
Buffalo is like that's the questions like where I get the most and directly. Franco, that was my ex-wife. She was from Lockport, and we met in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. On Bastille Day, we got married, and then decided to move in her hometown, Buffalo, and we got divorced during the pandemic, so things got a little bit confused. But closed my shop, got divorced, and then kind of just like tried to rebirth for the last 2 years. But that was why I came to Buffalo. Yeah. Okay. I loved my time in New York City. New York City was one of the best school for me. I was in Paris, and then someone says like, "Hey, you should try to do that testing tomorrow." And I was like, "You know what? It's like I'm gonna take that chance." My mom just told me, "It's like you can't do that anymore. You can't be in the kitchen. You don't make money. Find a real job. Find a real passion." And I do that testing, and the guys come, and I'm like, "These guys are hipsters," and his girlfriend is like, "A game." I was like, "Wow!" I was like, "You don't get those even in Paris." And she's speaking English to him. He's speaking with a French accent, handing me a handful of dollars at the end of the testing. I'm like, "What am I gonna do with that? Fucking give me $8." And I was like, "I want you in New York City." And in 3 days, he moved me out from Paris, opened me the door of New York City, buy me my first 3 months of rent, Fabien Desgru for Circle M's, who became my mentors. And more than just knowing how to cook, not the greatest chef, not the greatest pastry chef or etc., but just knowing how to just like conceivably is like know how to sell yourself. That is the hardest thing. It's like especially those days, it's like we always, it's like wonder how we're gonna make it, but what about today? And that was starting by knowing how to speak English. Those things for me was like, it's like I go, it's like, okay, it's like you want to sell your product, but you want to talk to someone and then explain. you can still have the French accent, but you need to do it clearly. So he was pushing me to speak English. And over the years in New York City, I've watched him hustle around there and here, and I was like, wow, and I infused that. And that's the package that I'm very proud to have being in Buffalo now. It's like the wisdom is maybe a little bit different, but it definitely helped me surviving those last 2 years for sure. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, how old were you when you moved over? Sorry.
I was just 21. I was in that last summer that I've done in Europe. I was in a psychedelic trance festival that I enjoy myself very much, called the Boom Festival. Over 31,000 people go there and commute every 2 years. It's like, what do you expect? And like lawyers, doctors, anybody coming from all over the world, and then just doing a 1 week where they're getting doomed. And the lakes, it's like the sunrise, the techno, the psychedelic, everything's. And not long after that, I get that proposition. I think it was a time of my life, where I was like, I could not do the same at now, but knowing that it's like nothing was anchoring me into France, and the travel was already a part of my life. That is a big thing. My parents gave us the travel. Not that we fly away and through different countries. We was in a shitty RV. My parents says like, we are a family of 5. Let's go and travel, but we're going to travel with what we can. And it was a Rimor. It was an Italian Rimor RV where we could be 5 inside, very small. My dad was always hitting his head. And one of the things of get always mad, like the one who was next to us could be slapped. But it was such a small enclosed home for 2 months of the years. And then, but we will go all around. And that was huge for us. So much that my mom is like almost upset now because I got my sister in Norway. My brother is a war photographer. He worked for AP and Reuters. He's based in London for like the last 10 years. And we've been all around the world because we're not afraid of not conquering, but out looking for something. And like just like, hey, it's like, what about there? It can be next to you, or it can be like somewhere fucking far away, and you're gonna go looking for it. I think, and then that's the travel. As an immigrant, I think is like that's how I feel. Big recommendations for travelers. If you go in a country when you're younger and then you're looking for something that you haven't found yet, don't go with someone who speaks the same language as yours. Try to go like by yourself, and that's gonna push you to just like figure something out. The first time I went by myself, I was drunk. I was getting 19 years old, and I was like, I'm gonna go to Spain. And I get off of the nightclub. I'm going to Spain, and I grab my backpack, and then I hitchhiked down south of France. And you're not allowed to go in Spain and then do on the side of the road without a jacket. So I took a train to Figueres, and then Figueres, Barcelona. And I was in the Rambas, and then I stayed in a hostel with Russian. I eat more Russian food and borscht than any Spanish tapas for a week. And that was, I didn't know the fuck I was doing, but it was the best. The supermarket down was not having any AC. It was more hot inside than outside. All the cookies was like just melt, the chocolate, everything. Those things are like just like little things. We smoke K2. It was like fake weed. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, it was like that those things that happened. And we went into, it's called the Razmataz. If someone watched and like knows, like maybe they can link me up with that place, because I don't know if it's closed or if it's like what happened to it. But the Razmataz was like the first, I was just 18. It was like the giant, like just like hangars and like warehouse. And then people was like, they was shooting arrow in the fucking bathroom. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And there was, it was fucked up. But it was having a bunch of techno. And I go on the rooftop, and the people is like smoking cigarette on the real roof, like not the rooftop American. Not like they're ready to slide out. I'm like, what is that? And no one want to leave. There's a music up, everybody party. So much that is like they bring like what's the equivalent of the SWAT, bring inside, and everybody get tear gas and stuff, and then getting out. And we were running in the street. I'm with some Italian looking for Uber or taxi. Not Uber at this time, it was a taxi. And we're like looking for some things. It took us like 2 miles to walk, smoking K2, just like trying to realize our life and then get back to the hostel. But those are definitely like some stories that is like who shaped me in a sense, because it's like it's just like it's not a self-awareness. You can walk somewhere and then don't look awkward. That's what I'm saying. Is like, because the worst thing can happen is like not being as open as you can be, and you can look awkward, and that's where you became not the enemy, but something that people don't want to be around. Yeah.
That's crazy. I agree with you. I've been to Paris and Barcelona. I love Barcelona. I love Paris too, but I definitely agree that people should spend money on traveling, and they shouldn't like overthink it.
Yeah.
Like they should just go, because I think the memories are a way better waste of your money than some new shoes or a new car or something. No, that's crazy though.
And then you can make a project or like find a missing piece of a project that you've been looking that coming from nowhere. And it's like
right.
It can happen. Yeah, for sure. I think it's like the next trip that I would love to do is like definitely South America. I don't know what about you guys, but I'm thinking it's like South American trips.
Okay.
Trying to Peru and Lima and then trying different like fusion cuisine. And like you said, it's like, do I have the money? Not really. I've been looking for. I'm saving it because I feel bad because I have 2 children, and I was like, I really don't want to go and then say it's like I'm going to spend $5,000, but my dream is to go in a shark cage and going in Guadalupe Islands and then going to meet like the great white for a week, and it's Nautilus, and that's where Darwin and fucking Jacques Cousteau was calling the hood of the oceans, whereas like a bunch of creatures, and then there is some of the biggest like great white there, and you can be there for a week. And that's something that I want to do. It's like,
Jesus.
It's like no fear behind.
That,
I would love that. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
So like you like kind of like live with like a no fear lifestyle type thing.
Yeah. Well, it started with the idea of like I always want to get an emu egg. It's like about $100, big eggs like that, green. The thing who got me on I started doing content like when I started doing content was like 2 years ago, and I was breaking an egg with one hand. Someone at my shop, one of my former employees, says, "Hey, it's like, I think we should record that." So we record that, we put it on Instagram, and things pop up, people like it. So I start just like breaking an egg with one hand, different locations, so much that I got paid by the city and doing it downtown at Lafayette. So it was like just like everybody was waiting for like me to break an egg.
Really?
Yeah, it was not
an
like it was not the things that I'm most proud of, but it's like it works in some way. And I did on Bailey Avenue, I did on top of fire trucks, on top of a plane. And I jumped from a plane, and then I eat macarons on a parachute, and I was like, well, what's next? I did inside of a cop's car, also downtown. And I was like, okay, what's next? And I'm like, I think I should do it in the cage. And I talked to them. They was not very warm about me putting my arms out of the cage and just like trying to break an egg in front of a great white, which I think I will, which I'm ready for. But it's like $5,000. It's such a hell of a trip because like minus like the great white. There's a couple of things also, like, and that's why you travel. Growing up, I will not care for like what's less behind. And here's like I care also a little bit more. Not that it's like I'm green all the way, but I feel like the cage also is like it's tough on the shark. Not that I'm a pussy and I don't want to do it. I do have that things that the backlash could be happening is like that it's stressing the animal, that is not good, and etc. Just for one day, it's like I think I'll get a fucking pleasure doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
That shit would bang
I'd go with you.
on TikTok.
That'd be sick.
Get your Shark Week.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
No, you're not a shark guy? What's wrong with sharks?
The Jackass was on it.
Yeah, they were all about it.
They got biked in the ass, I think, the new guys.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I think if the opportunity presented itself, I would definitely do it, but I wouldn't actively go out looking to do that. You know what I mean?
You never wanted to swim with sharks or something?
I don't even like swimming.
I just want to see. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He's afraid of water.
I'm not afraid of water.
Yeah, he is. Don't let him fool you.
No. What about you? How about your trip? Have you been traveling?
I've never really been crazy. Like the craziest place I've ever probably been was Jamaica.
How was Jamaica?
Jamaica's cool. Like, but like the thing is, like, it's like any spot like that. Like, if it's like a super like poor country or something like that, like you got to stay on like a protected resort type thing. Because like once you start straying away from there, like you don't have much freedom. Because like if you do like because it's like seriously poverty stricken. So like if you like stray away from like certain protected areas or like tourist things, like you get yourself into some like real deep shit real quick. Because like those dudes don't play around there. Yeah. Like they like yeah. Because that's like seriously like that's like third world. Yeah. Like there's like it's like kind of like lawless type thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like I've never really been anywhere where I can really go crazy and explore. I just haven't got to that point in my life where I can do that yet. You know what I mean?
Mexico.
I want to though.
Like that too.
Yeah, like Mexico and stuff. Like there's certain parts.
Isn't Barcelona like one of the biggest pickpocket cities in the world?
With Paris. With
Paris?
Paris is too. Paris is there is a big trick. I don't know if you got it. In Sacré-Cœur. So you're in the 8 Montmartre, 8 district, I think. And who cares? But it's like you go up the stairs, and then there's like Romanian girls who make stuff and braids around your fingers while you go up, and they ask you money for after. Meanwhile, they ask you for money, they do 2 tricks. They take your money for asking, and you're like feel bad, and you give it. In the meantime, they do distraction, and the other girls like goes in the bag. Yeah.
You ever witness it?
Me, yes. So we was eating flamencoche, totally different things. I was with a bunch of friends. We eat flamencoche as like a flatbread, and fucking delicious, by the way. I love it. It's like unlimited. It's like I don't know the names. I can't make promo, but great. And then the girls come at the table, and she's like blah 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 petitions, and then we gotta sign the petition, and then she distract. I'm looking up on my third eyes, and then I grab her hands, and then she got the paper right there, and she got the phone of my friend right there on theirs. So it's like you turn the paper, and there's a phone right there.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they're not afraid because it's like if they encounters, you start to fight with them. They're young and they're like under 18. So what happens is like they get take away for a day or two, and they get released. But it's I mean there is human trafficking, there is prostitution against that also.
Like there's like way more serious crimes type thing. Like you brought up pickpocketing and stuff. I'm talking you walk out in Jamaica, like you're like risking your life. Like or even Mexico shit. Like you never know. Like and I'm not saying I live in like fear of that.
That's where is like you gotta have a sense of like awareness, but in the meantime it's like that's where I complete myself. I won't be afraid, and it's like maybe sounds like I maybe never going or never want to go. But if I go there, I will probably try. There is a look upon your sky. It's kind of like playing Halo or stuff, and then just like gaining like it's like anxiety less level or like something like that. There's that serum who's gonna be starting to drain, and they're gonna see it. That you're not the dude who's like don't out looking show off, it's like with like anything shiny and stuff. But I mean, it's like there is like couple of things. My brother told me as a war photographer, he was looking out for getting a Rolex, because those things can get you out of troubles like very easily too. So it's like wearing a Rolex is good and bad. Wearing a Rolex can also show us like, okay, that guys don't fuck with him. Maybe you don't know.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, it's $10,000. So you get kidnapped. Someone get kidnapped. You don't have your wallet. That's something to give out. After is like Jamaica. I'll say Venezuela. You give me like one country where it's like I do not fuck with, and then like right now it's like it's not possible because it's not even like balanced politically. It's like you don't fucking know. It's like who is in powers. So it's like the whole and that's the thing when it's getting if we're getting really deep in that, it's like the corruption.
Yeah.
If the cops is like, how much money do you have?
Yeah, like you can go to like you said Mexico. You can go down to Mexico and bribe them cops. You could be caught doing anything. You got enough money on you, you can get away with anything. You know what I mean? So
you've been to Mexico?
I've never been to Mexico, but you have, right?
Yeah, I've been a few times.
Yeah, I know.
Did you brought your wings with you?
No. Like, here's the thing. I met this guy. Shout out to Hugo. Hugo is a man. He was trying to take me downtown, and his dad was like good friends with the owner of the resort. And so like he gets free trips there all the time and stays there, and he's from Mexico. And he was trying to bring me like downtown, all these clubs and stuff, and I was like,
bro, hell no.
I want to try it, but I don't trust this guy. I just met this guy like 2 days ago too.
You just met him 2 days ago and you're trying to do this?
Well, we spent all day together in the pools and stuff, but
just all day?
No, like I wanted to, but obviously I wasn't going to.
You didn't do it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't do it. I didn't want to.
My God, I was about to be worried for my own
safety. So you did not go out?
No.
I mean, it's like, that's where it's like, I mean, you get, what is the name? Roofie?
Roofied?
Yeah. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And like that shit's like so common, like it's just like, and like my thing is like, because I'm not like really a pussy. Like I'm a pussy when it comes to certain things, and I worry about a lot of things. But like I'm not afraid to do like cool things and like make a good memory type thing. But like there's a difference between being like you can be aware and everything. But there's a difference between like being smart and like understanding and staying aware, and just being flat out stupid and putting yourself in a position like that you shouldn't be in.
French people are very like known for that, especially in Australia, so bad that they reduce and almost like cancel a bunch of visa because French people was not respecting at all. They was stealing in the supermarket, and anyone will go there. They will not speak any English, and they will really like being like assholes and to people so much that the Australian government says like, okay, it's like we gotta slow down on the French people going there, thinking they're gonna get the van life for years. It's like they get the good life, and it's like they never really like just like express like very hard difficulty in their life. And that's definitely shown. You know, it's like sometimes it's like you may gonna, you know, it's like we had. I mean, growing up is like in that RV, we had some situation where I was like, okay, it's like it's dangerous. But my dad was like, show the fuck up. I was like, that's very tough. You gotta get like, we was in the Sahara, and that was like, that's probably one of the toughest one. So we're driving down from France to Malaga in Spain. We're stopping at Gibraltar, and then we're taking a boat to Ceuta. That's the north of Morocco. And we go down to Rabat, it's the capital. We go down to Agadir. Right there, Agadir, is the door of the desert, Sahara. It's like real Africa. You're leaving the Maghreb, you're going in the desert. The guys tell us, it's like, looking at my dad seriously, and it's like, yo, it's like, you can clearly take the RV and go in the desert. I'm like, really? So my brother and I is going in the Jeep with that dude who's clearly like smoking hashish. And they definitely like, they're saying they don't drink, but they definitely drink, and then they put aluminium around the bottle. Just says like, halal doesn't see. That with no statement, but it's like, so it's like we're inside the Jeep, we're in the middle of the desert. It's just like desert. My dad is like, we're doing like 20 miles in the desert, 30 miles, 50 miles, and my dad do like some lighting, and we're like, fuck. So we're stuck in the desert. So we're going back to the RV. We're in the RV with some dude we don't know the fuck happens. 5 hours earlier, the way we meet them was, so my sister was like, my dad was getting pissed. My sister read in a book, in a guidebook, and it's like, don't pick up someone on the side of the road who says like you have an issue with his car. That's exactly what we did. And it's like, I have a cousin, I'm gonna bring you to the cousin. That's what happened. We go to the cousin, and it's like, I got another cousin who got us things, a camp in the desert, and then you pay that many dirham, and then you're gonna go there. And we get in there, halfway through. I mean, I don't know if it was a real camp. We're stuck in the desert. But guess what? It's like minus the desert storms and the sandstorms that we was need to like do the best weekend for the RV. We had a real night in the desert, and I was afraid of the scorpion. I mean, I was like a pussy on that. So I sleep inside my bag, but I sleep outside in the desert. And I really there was having one dude who was like pretty correct, who was very nice. But when you have my sister who was 14 years old, and that dude was like totally freaking us out, like all. He looked like the bad guys in the old Pinocchio. Like not the animation, and with curly hair, I'm like, it's not okay. And it's like I have like a bunch of white on the side of the mouth, and it's like telling my sister like she looked like Vanessa Paradis, and she's 14 years old. I'm like, what the fuck? And you know, it's like my dad keep it cool. The morning when we start leaving, there was like we got the money back. My dad like was like, yeah, we get the money back. We just leaving. They was want us to go to the camp, but that definitely build you up. When you start seeing not the dangers, but like okay, it's like there's a red flag, you're starting to see it. You definitely get in trouble when it comes to STD, when it comes to getting roofie. But I think it's like at the end of the day, it's like there's two types of trouble. You come to Western New York and you're like, I'm gonna go see the fall. You go see the fall, you take that damn picture, you go home. That is a organized trouble. You go you want to go to Western New York, and then you want to go to the Niagara Falls, but something happened and you change your itinerary, and you get screwed over, there is a rule broke, and then you meet someone, and then that story you're going to carry until you die, and I promise you, you're going to carry it until you die. The story is that you went and take the picture of Niagara Falls, nobody's gonna fucking care. It's like just right. Another like dude who's like taking a picture in front. It's true. It's like the worst story. Like for the caterings, I got a fucking call. It's like 3 p.m. I'm leaving the Italian Culture Center that I'm proud of, and they're like, "Where are the creme brulee?" I'm like, "What? Where are the dessert?" And I'm like, "Fuck!" And it was like a month ago. I'm like, shit. I'm like, what's going on? And it's like a whole entire waiting. I'm late for it, supposedly, and I don't have the food. And I'm like, fuck, how will you fucking fuck that all up like that in 2 years? So I called my coordinator. She's like, oh my god, I didn't put it in the Canada. So I got a hustle. So I got a sweet whisk, and that's, I mean, shout out to them because like I got a sweet whisk, and they got all the fucking creme brulee. They got all the macarons. And I made it happen. But when we got there, my coordinator met me, and we start to like break our stress. Like we get off of quarantine. And it was just, it's like, it's gonna be a good time. And we had a good time. And those stories is the one I'm gonna carry. I think it was like,
definitely.
Yeah, I think so. If you you decide to not go to Mexico and you may be alive too. So it's like, and you have all your members, because it can definitely happen. We went to Ukraine, a bad one. My brother got kicked in the face. We was in Odessa.
You said what? Your brother got kicked in the face?
Oh yeah, no, but the trip was very interesting. So we decided to go on a trip, and I'm working for Jewish kosher caterings that doesn't go on the same schedule of Catholic. So when it's Christmas or like other stuff, we get like time off. So we happen to have the same time off. We take 10 days trip. We're like, where are we going? Middle of the winter, we go to Ukraine. So we go to Ukraine. Not many planes. Just taking a plane, landing in Kiev, and it's on the north. So Kiev and Odessa is very Russian, right? There is no English. It's all in Cyrillic. Lviv is more European, so everything is translated, and they want to be European, so it's divided in two. We landing in Kiev, we're going down to Odessa, and then shit goes down. It's like I'm in the street, I see that cute girl. I'm like, I want to talk with her. There's another dude who was want to talk to her. He's getting upset with me talking to that girl. We go into another bar. My brother is still there. By the way, also the bartenders have his shoes. I'm like, why do you don't have any more of that? It's like, in case if there is a knife. It's like he got his things like tied up all around his wrist. Shit. True story. It was like, they take it off their shoes when they fight. Because fight is a national sport. But they don't take it like so seriously that it's like they're asshole to each other. They're going to fight and drink after. It's true. It's like, so the guy's like, no, I got it. So they start fighting with a dude who's like, want to fight with me. Someone taking care. There's 4 people fighting. We're going back inside the bar. Everybody drinking. I look at my brother, I'm like, you're good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. And he's like fucking drunk as fuck. He's holding it like a dude. He's throwing up in between his legs, keep drinking. I'm like, okay, I guess you got it. It's like, he's a big brother. I'm like, you got it? Stay with that girl. Trying to bring that older girls to the hostel. The hostel says like, no plus guest. So I end up like just going to bed, just like, okay, it's like I'm a loser. And then there's my brother's like, just like, hey, it's like, okay, don't get mad, but I think it's like something bad happened. I'm like, look it up, and you get a big bag of fucking blood ready to pop. Yeah, he got kicked in the face. So that happened, and in the meantime, he got his phone and wallet stolen. My phone got stolen. His phone doesn't work there, so we have no money, we have no phone, and we have just a train ticket to go to Lviv. And there is 2 rival team of soccer, and it's hooligan. We get into the train stations. And then there is a bunch of cops. I'm a hangovers. He's definitely not ready to just like face the world. And I'm like, dude, it's like there's a lot of fucking cops. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? And we got the hooligan coming right, true story, coming right in front of us, walking through us. My brother have a big pocket like that. We go into the train, and then the one dude says like, you like soccer? And we took the trains, like a slow trains, and we went to Lviv. We figure ourselves out, but those was very extreme. When we went back in the plane, when we took off, his things pop up. It's like bleeding. We looked like losers. When we like really like came back, we was like, okay, it's like we don't want to talk about that trip again.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's like there's sometimes some, and you're not in your country, so it's like you. Yeah. That's definitely like just like a little advice of travel.
Yeah,
that's crazy, dude. I feel like you could write a book, dude.
100%. You should look into it.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Get back on topic. I feel like people in Europe though, they travel a lot more than Americans. Like,
do you think so?
So many people in America, like they've maybe been to Canada or Mexico.
Yeah, honestly, it seems like a normal thing.
But it's so big. I mean, it's like you got
right. True. And it's so isolated.
There's so many different things in America as is. Like, I mean, you have 50 different states, and every state is known for something type thing.
Like Texas is bigger than a lot of European countries.
Texas is bigger than France.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. Yeah, it is really big out here.
And it's tough now, like doing the road trip. I've done 3 road trip. I mean, I cross country also to Aspen for work, but I also went down to New Orleans, like the Gulf of Mexico, and that was a good trip. We stopped in Memphis. We went to the place of Morgan Freeman, like a blues place. That's fun. Yeah, he have a bar, like pub / like food, where there's a bunch of like tag, and then the thing is like to put your name. But that trip was fun. That was one of the best trips. When I did a road trip from New York City, and that was my first one, with my friend who was writing a book about Tom Cruise, The 7 Life. And we go down to fucking Miami, and the road is shit. You go to Richmond. So Richmond is in Virginia. It's a federal capital of Virginia. Nothing to do. The road is boring as fuck. It's just like straight line, and you just want to get to Miami. Miami is like, it's Miami. It's like you put like push it to the limit. You do what you need to do in Miami, and
I love Miami.
You love Miami?
Yeah, Miami's really. I love Miami.
I like Little Havana, and Coconut Grove.
Okay.
Where do you go when you're?
I don't know. I've been to Marco Island. I've been to Fort Lauderdale. I've been to Miami. I've been to Destin, Siesta Keys. All the keys are
Nice.
fun. There's
The Keys, yeah. The road,
Yeah.
actually, the drive to the Keys, the 30 miles, 31 miles, like
Oh yeah, those are
okay.
those are pretty. All the long bridges
ran a
over
nice
the
car?
water and stuff. Yeah.
What the three things you like to do in Miami?
Drink, party, and
Strip clubs. I
strip
guess.
clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Miami's crazy.
When is the
Miami's
next trip to Miami?
Oh, hopefully soon.
We never know.
You never know. Yeah.
Spontaneous.
It's spontaneous as shit.
Yeah, I looked
One-
up like the flight ticket though. It's like we can't be any more like too spontaneous because I was even looking up for this weekend. Things flying up. Like I mean I know it's August, but it used to be $75 to go to Miami, and I've done it like last fall. It was like $75 round trip. Now it's not the same.
Not anymore. No, it's
it
crazy.
changes.
You know.
I drove straight through to Florida once. I'll never do it again.
Why?
So it was horrible.
You
I
pee in
was-
bottle?
What?
You pee in bottle and just grab the
No, we stopped at gas stations, but it was just driving straight through was brutal. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, it's like spending $80 on gas or spending $180 on a flight.
I hate driving in
No,
general.
you're right though. And then
Driving
plus,
Spending way more on that in gas right now, though.
I always want to try the
Well, yeah.
train.
No,
Yeah, that's one thing that I hate about America. We don't have those speed trains like they have in
No.
Europe.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the train to New York City. I got to do a trip in October. I'm like, I want to try the train 9 hours overnight.
It's 9 hours.
I think so. Yeah, but the bus, it's horrible. I feel like PTSD. Like the bus is like take you like a week to get recovers from it.
Yeah.
Like and then if you go pee and then you're a little bit late, they drive without you.
Yeah.
It's
That shit is the real deal.
What's your favorite city in America?
Buffalo.
Oh, shut up. It's your favorite
You're
city.
funny. To visit.
I don't know.
Las Vegas.
I like
Never
Florida.
been to Vegas?
I like Florida in general. Yeah, Vegas is.
Vegas is just
Vegas is
fun.
sweet.
I'm like a really attracted to like lights and like I'm not like a fucking bug, but like
Yeah, I
I mean
was
like
gonna say, you got the-
like
you got
I'm
the
not like
brain
a
of a
moth,
fucking
but like
moth.
no, that's like I love the flashy lights. I love like the money involved with it. I love like the like Vegas. It's just Vegas. Like you never know what you could get into. Prostitution's legal. I'm kidding. no, you never know what you're gonna get into. Cause like I don't know, like just everything about it. There's just like the showmanship there, the entertainment.
Yeah.
How big is it? It's not big.
It's not huge because like Vegas honestly is just a strip. Majority of it is just like desert.
That's yeah.
And if you go- like if
Everybody
you
goes
like
to the strip.
yeah, it's all the strip. Like everything else about Vegas is just fucking sand and mountains. That's it. But like when you get to the strip,
What do you do when you don't have money? You start doing it. This trip.
there's a lot of things to do on a strip.
You can go crazy very easy there. No.
Oh, you could go there. You could land, get onto the strip and blow. Give me a number. How much money you rolling up to Vegas with?
10,000.
10,000. You can blow 10,000 within an hour, guaranteed. Within 30 minutes. It depends on what you're doing. Obviously gambling, but I'm talking about other shit too. You could blow that shit so quick
Well,
in Vegas.
here's the thing about Vegas though. They have like buffets and stuff where it's like
Yeah.
$10.
So you want to
and
eat?
like right on the strip. Like you can do.
It is buffet food, but it's actually like so. Vegas is known for their buffets. Like every hotel has like a massive buffet, or at least before COVID. I don't know how it works now.
Gotta get some fun
And
before you
everything.
gamble.
Yeah, but like they're cheap at like the hotels, but like I'm trying to think of like one was like over like 4 football fields long. It was like a buffet over.
It sounds like an investment, yeah. Like for them.
Honestly, yeah, no, it is. But I mean, like, it's not like the best food. Like you say buffet, people expect like a Golden Corral or
Yeah,
like
but that's
shit
what you're
around
looking.
here.
Even me, it's like you're looking for that, just like feed you up, and you can even like snack a little bit and then putting in a doggy bag.
Yeah,
Keep it for later.
and like
Get your wings.
in Vegas, it's actually like decent food. Like I'm not gonna say it's top notch.
Yeah.
Like, but like it's decent, and I'm not trying to impress you
But they
because of
bring,
like the whole
they
chef
bring
thing.
there is Amaury Guichon, one of the most well-known dude on Instagram, the pastry elite. You've
Okay.
probably seen his video. Like everybody has seen like at least one. He's a dude who's like doing like incredible sculpture like in chocolate and
Oh,
sugar.
okay, then yeah, probably.
Yeah, and then that dude is like he's from. He's not from there, but he started there. And Jean-Philippe, like back in the 90s, he did an exclusivity contract with like I don't know how many like casino. I think that's a deal like that, where he will distribute like all the cake, and there is possibilities to make money. I think in Vegas still.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as the weather run. I was like,
if you've got the talent, like everybody wants to always go to LA and type shit, but like if you have a certain talent, like I just feel like
you like LA?
I've never been.
I've never
really
truly been to LA. To be honest with you,
I don't think you miss on anything there. Yeah, I've been there
honestly, there's like the only thing I'm missing is like shit. If that's somewhere you want to go, if like you want to meet some celebrities and shit, or like not even meet them, just see them, or some YouTubers.
It looks like a Atlantic City now. I was not impressed of the walk. It looks like a bad street of Niagara Falls.
This is at Atlantic City, you say?
No, Hollywood Boulevard. Like yeah, it's like
you said it looks like Atlantic City.
Yeah, like a bad street
Atlantic
of
City
Niagara.
is a rundown as shit.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
LA, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That shit
It's
fell
just
off.
like the people are like just like making campfires, you know, it's like on the ground, and there's Studio City on the top, and it's like just like in front of like Clooney House, it's like there's people like just burning corn, you know, like just like what the fuck.
That's the thing. Like
Extreme.
LA seems like it's its own country. Like I was talking about Jamaica, and not even like on a danger scale, but like LA, you either have to be like really, really elite rich, or like
to get a good
you're
time?
either dumb poor. That's it. Like I feel.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like
The housing is so expensive out there.
Oh, it's crazy.
The housing is
Oh
crazy
my
out
god!
there.
I just gotta take a piss. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, LA is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The housing is crazy.
I did take a muscle car there. And I drove a muscle car. I had a good time. Can't say how fast I was going. I liked it. So, yeah, I got a Chevy, like the lower one.
Like a lowrider?
Yeah, like the speed one. Like it was a
Corvette?
yeah.
Yeah.
There was that. Yep, and that was a good time. The Airbnb I had, it was in fucking Santa Rosa. There's a little garage. That was like money. The garage, we get like the car in, nice kitchen, close to stuff, but yeah, not impressed. You know, it's like the San Diego though. I really liked it, San Diego.
Yeah,
San
I
Diego.
feel like San Diego's a little nicer. San Francisco, I feel like San Francisco's probably a little in between. I don't know.
I did my the filming of Guys Grocery Games was in Santa Rosa, so that was on the north of the San Francisco. So I didn't put a foot down in San Francisco, but it's a tech city.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's like if you don't know anything about like Decentraland or like the meta,
Yeah.
it's like and I don't want to be part of. I think it's like it's gonna be a hard time. It's kind of like the people I met today. I went to the App Store, and the guy says like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to take your phone because like they didn't want to replace the phone. Doesn't have like any breakdown, any things, and never work internet." So I'm like, "Hey," it's like, "Can you swipe up?" And I get the Apple Care and stuff. It's like, "No," and I'm like, "I came back twice in the same day. I gotta handle all the hipsters in the shop." I'm like, "Listen," it's like, "I don't want to come back there." It's like, "Okay," it's like, "We're gonna ship it directly to your home." I'm like, "Thank you." Like I don't want to put a foot down again. And it's like I feel like San Francisco will be that. You walk into App Store, and you gotta talk stock market.
Yeah.
You gotta talk metaverse.
Yeah, right. People.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Shit.
App stores are weird. I
Yeah.
don't like going in them either.
No, fuck
Apple
no.
stores.
Yeah, but that's what I like about Buffalo. You know, it's like coming back to the centers, the discussion. But I think it's like Buffalo. It is the closest I can be like from where I'm from and born in Brittany. Like the atmosphere is like very proud, and it's not a bad thing in a way. Very proud, very loud there. And like say Anthony Bourdain, I think I like to repeat, it's like people heard it, it's like a hiding treasure. It's kind of like you cry when you go there, and you cry when you leave.
No, you're right 100%. That is so funny actually because like on our last podcast, like we had a local guy from Buffalo who's doing, but like he said something like that too. Like Buffalo has like a terrible, not terrible per se, but like just like a negative rap behind it sometimes on certain things. Like there's like
Detroit.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what they say in Denver to me. They say like, yeah, you live like it's worse than Detroit.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, but like, it's not really that way. There's so many things going on, and like when you really get here and experience everything, it's like, it really is a hidden gem.
Yeah.
Like everything about it, and like I'm not just saying it. Like I'm shit. Like I mean, he knows me real well. Like I'm not like the super Buffalo guy. Like I'm not gonna be like I mean shit. I'm proud of being here, like being from here, but I'm not gonna like rub it in your face because there's like a lot of people. I'm from Buffalo. Like I'm better. Like no, you're not. Like
How many tables each one of you went through?
how many tables?
Yeah.
I've been through more.
He's been through a lot more, definitely.
Yeah.
I've been through my fair share though.
Do you have a count? Like something like a pop.
Oh, he has.
like
I wish I
actually
had
funny,
one
though.
above my head. Just floating
Oh,
above
just
my
floating
head, all the
24/7?
time. Yeah, so I could walk around like
more or less than like 100.
He's probably pushing it.
probably less than 100.
He's probably pushing it though.
sure.
You getting there?
I don't know.
I'll tell you, I probably pushed through.
Every home game last year, I bought a table to bring and break through, but
That he actually has a really good point, and I've pitched this to you before, but somebody else is going to do it, so now we have to do it this year if they're watching this. So you ever been to a Bills game and like the tailgate and everything?
Not a real tailgate. I think
Okay.
like I gotta go with you and then.
Yeah,
So your broken
seriously.
nose and stuff.
We're gonna have
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many people. We're gonna have so many
I was
people hitting us up after this because of this podcast. But so at a tailgate, like my record at a tailgate at one point was like 7 tables I went through at one tailgate. But like I had a good idea because like he makes YouTube videos and stuff. Like I used to make YouTube videos on my own, but now we just kind of work together. But I have an idea of like let's get a whiteboard or like a poster board and let's walk around the whole entire premise, whatever the hell I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Proximity. Let's walk around the whole thing with like we're trying to break the world record or we're trying to set the world record of most tables gone through at a tailgate. And I guarantee you there are people that will let you go through a table. So I'm telling you right now, I personally think you could at least do 50 at one tailgate.
Can you get the airspace a little bit? Can you like float like a flag or something that people can just like see from far?
You can do that, yeah. Like, people do that every game, yeah. Another thing is that he has like a lot of like pull on like Instagram or social media. So like some people that like support him and stuff, like I just think it's a good idea to promote it a little bit. Hey, this week we're
get a
doing this.
following.
And then I know people would come with tables. Like I know people would.
What about Karate Kid? It's like just like put a kimono, like a Bill's kimono, and then put 2 or 3 tables and do a competition like how many like ball breaking.
See, that's what I'm saying.
How many is like can you break? And it's like you're like playing like Iron Chef, but like the thing of the table, and you're like really like just like talking seriously and taking it seriously, and you make a podium. 'Cause that's what I thought. Is like I honestly is like, and I'm calling out probably like some people who maybe we want to do it, but I was want to do a cash prize of $1,000 where I take care of all the grocery, and then I invite 5 people doing a video in my kitchen, and people vote for the one they prefer on different criteria, and they give annotations, and someone get $1,000 cash prize.
So almost like a
awesome.
Netflix type.
Yeah, just
like because like I only say Netflix because like I spent so much time in the past like 7 years on Netflix, but like
walking.
like no just like over the time like in college and stuff watching it,
Yeah.
and it seems like the most poppin' shows on Netflix are like cooking shows type thing.
It kind of it depends because like it just go back in first, and then it go also like in the stereotype like the package. You used to take drugs, you have tattoo, and you know it's
Yeah.
kind of like the pre-package. And that things is like just like kind of I mean that was also my motivation like stopping drinking, just like being in a it's called like straight edge. That's what my brother sent me on things heavy metal movement who decided to just like go a different way because the movement was just like so stereotypical of something that they just like went straight edge, and I was like okay, it's like that'll be different, but in a sense it's like it's fun to hold the camera and do your own video, and then you probably like follow me on that, but your wish at the end of the day is like being behind the camera.
Yeah, no, 100%. I give you that.
no, I feel like that'd be a good YouTube idea for you. Is have like bring in, even if it's just local chefs or like people that are already established. I feel like that would be rigged though, because then all their followers and stuff are gonna vote for them.
Yeah, but like if you had like Sup Chef come in there, yeah, no, you have a good point.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
that's
there's,
what I'm
like-
saying.
there's, like, different
I would say-
categories
I would
to it.
say maybe bring in like for the first one, bring in like the 3 biggest chefs in Buffalo or whatever, and have everyone vote. But then that like kicks it off, right? And then you have from there on out, like you just have like small time chefs in local restaurants.
Like I think what a good
that are just
idea.
trying to make an extra buck.
Like I think like a good idea would be like me and my girlfriend were just down in Niagara Falls. Don't ask why. We were just there for some reason, and like we walked down a little strip and we were looking for somewhere to eat. And there was this one fancy place, but they weren't open yet. But outside they had like the culinary school students, like making stuff. So
Right.
like we're like, we'll support you, like shit. And that shit was burger and grilled chicken sandwich. That shit was so good. I mean, oh my god. But like even like culinary students like that, like they're always looking for opportunities to do stuff like that. And then shit, you bring a cash prize into it too. Like that's like a whole nother level. Like in my opinion, honestly, you don't even need to do a cash prize in the beginning, but that does bring the attention.
It brings the attention and the value.
It brings it. Yes,
the value.
Yes, it does. No, you're right, 100%.
The people like trust it more when there's money involved.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like, they're like, wait, I mean, it's,
Shit,
like
my jaw drops when you said a grand.
$100 is like, they're like, fuck you, get out of here. It's like, you waste my time. $1,000 is like, I can waste a day.
Yeah.
And then you could probably get like 100 TikTok Reels type clips off of that.
Oh, you get so many. You get so many. Even like the base one. Like there's so much. TikTok works in such a good way when it comes to like videos, stuff like that, where like you describe the video real quick and then like you show some clips of it and people are instantly drawn and going right to it. So like we were talking before the podcast about like how influential TikTok is on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you're looking into getting into YouTube, right?
Yes, but I'm trying to also like to get like some guests now in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm getting my apartment, the rest of my apartment set up. That's what I'm gonna do for my birthday. I take 2 days off, and I'm not gonna do anything else than just set up my apartment because I want William Mata.
Uh-huh.
The guys I connect with, and I saw like he's doing Couple Real, and the film, the 444, everybody know it. Like even a Frenchman, when I moved to Western New York, I was working at Jean Carlos, and he was doing couple parties there. But I feel it's like some like staple like that people like not see often, like just like right off the bat, and then like what's the max. I want to make those happen, but I feel it's like the bridge need to happen. For me, it's like it's Instagram. It's been Instagram for like since like 2010. I started in 2011, and I was 600 followers, and then I started just like doing it more under Pastry by Camille, and then it started to go up when it was in 2018. You was still able, and I went to North Park Theaters, and I follow every day over 4,000 followers of their page, and you was still able to do that. So I was doing like 150, 200 a day, and I was unfollow them after. So I knew that North Park Theaters was a family, was the people who was from the neighborhood, or was going to the neighborhood, or going to the theaters, and I will be next door. So I will gain on that very organic, good following. You will not be able to do it today, but I got very lucky on like some hardcore step that I probably I could done it easier, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I think also like sometimes not know what you're doing can also happen, like you says, like some piece of like real and stuff, like the making of the recipe. Sometimes I'm overthinking it, and the cannabis leaf is like that one took like not even like it's like 30 minutes to film. The other one took me a half day, and I'm kind of judging myself like because your time is worth too, and you can get annoyed. Like now, it's like I made a point that is I cannot do 3 recipes in a day. I prefer like doing one, editing one at a time, because it's tiring. Like
it is. It's draining as shit too.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring that up about Instagram though, because I used to do that with a couple pages I had.
Yeah.
And back in like, yeah, you're right, like 2016, 2017, leading right up until 2018, dude, that was the best way to grow.
Yeah.
And now you get like blocked from following people and like all that stuff.
Even engaging, you get limitations.
Yeah, commenting the same thing, messaging the same thing. Yeah.
And then you get a bot coming to your page. There is bot coming to your page, sending you stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're OD. I have at least like 3 following me every day.
And you don't want to ensure them, because when you ensure them even funny, that ring more of it. So you don't want to engage. Yeah. I mean, social media is never gonna get easier, and gonna get more control. So you gotta take the most as you can. It's until the next platform. I'm not sure about the Trump platform, but the Snapchat is not something that I've never like been on. I feel like Instagram have always been like the free platforms to a sense. There has been like those like recently is like the Kardashian. She was like upset at Instagram copying TikTok, and so much that they fucked up the stock of Snapchat 4 years ago when she says like Snapchat was going down and was like terrible. They lost $1.2 billion on the stock market, and so they took it seriously because they say the real is like very much close to TikTok.
Oh, it's
But when you see TikTok, is like if you like censors my content of like just frying a cannabis leaf, I mean,
censorship has gotten so crazy.
So bad.
Crazy.
So bad.
He deals with it. I dealt with it. Thankfully, I don't deal with it anymore.
So it's really, really bad.
his is
especially
brutal.
on TikTok. I just got off a ban on TikTok for one of my accounts. It was like 2-3 weeks. They banned me from posting, commenting, sending messages, anything like that. Luckily, I mean, he was telling you earlier, he got like 77K in like a month, and then they just took it away from him.
Just like boom. I mean, they didn't even give me a chance. They gave me a rebuttal on it, like hey, something like you fucked up, like TikTok fucked up, and they gave me my account back. But then like 3 days later, they just took it and they didn't even give me a chance to like.
Look at YouTube. Sorry to cut you off, but
no, you're fine.
Steve will do it.
Yeah, Steve will do it. A big YouTuber just got.
And this what, 5 mil?
This man does some. I think more than that, honestly.
Who got sent on YouTube?
He just took his whole. One of the biggest YouTube guys right now who draws the most views. He's a little bit controversial on what he does, and.
But it's lighthearted too.
But like the thing is, this man also does like philanthropy in a way.
He gives away
millions of dollars a video to families in need and just random people. But like I'm not saying that should make you automatically great, but like it's not like his stuff is like basically what I'm saying is
that's intense because YouTube is like it's supposed to be.
It's becoming crazy. Like they're like to put it quite blunt, they're acting like.
And you get the shot on YouTube now too. The short is like it's everywhere now.
Oh, it's brutal. The shorts are everywhere too. They're pushing it on us so hard where it's like you're gonna kill your own brand at some point, but it's only a matter of time because it's not gonna be here forever. There's gonna be a new YouTube at one point. Right now, YouTube's on top of it, but like YouTube ain't gonna be here in fucking shit. I would say 10 years, but I think it will be. But like I'm saying, solid 20 years, people will be like, "Oh, YouTube, what the fuck? You're still hung up on that? That's like being hung up on MySpace."
I mean, I'm going to be very contradictory and says like I don't want to talk about it, but I mean, Decentraland is going to be the metaverse. It's something that I'm opposed to it. I really don't want to talk and promote about it, but that's our future. The future is like it's the Matrix, the metaverse, and it's been like. It's been like there for a minute, and so much that Facebook like changed their name. That is like Paris Hilton got her first concert. They bought a lot of stuff. They bought like houses, and then the cheapest lot right now is like $15,000. Like businesses like buy. It's like a universe like owned by their own players. So it's like there is no borders and stuff, and that is something that I'm very afraid of. But it's definitely like
it's insane how
Oculus like the. You put your glasses and you go and plug yourself.
But no one ever really realizes it because like the richest people are the ones pushing it. The richest people in the world.
Which is like fucked up because it's like non-profit but like owned by like you said. Like the wealthiest.
The non-profit, you know?
Yeah, but like, they raised $26 million. That's not less. And there was enough like to just like get the beginning and Mark Zuckerberg's like saw an opportunity. And yeah, it's mana. It's a currency it was like used on Decentraland. In a year, gained 40%. Yeah. Jesus. It's like it's dangerous. It's what's coming, and the Instagram is nothing. Like you will get an avatar, and it's like nothing else than just like going inside. It's gonna be lubricated. It's like living a life that you like the song from the Daughters of Sinatra. You get two lives: the real life, and then the one of your dreams. You live two lives.
Yeah.
And that life is like they're gonna try to make it virtual.
They're making it easier for you, but it's not real.
Here's my thing. Like what? All right. So you basically own your own business, right? And say metaverse is like hot. People are making crazy money. That's where it's at. That's where everyone is. That's where you want to go to succeed. Even if you don't agree with it, would you still bring business there just to win for yourself? That's the tough part. Do you want to stay on top of your business, or do you want to like?
That's like idealism right there. I think I have my limit. I did invest like into mana, and that I can say like honestly, I have like a couple $1,000 invest in it because I believe in the currency, and I want to exchange in dollars and just like trying to as much as I can live comfortably. So I believe in like investing money, but because it's like it's gonna be theirs, whether or not if I want yes or no, it's gonna be theirs. So you can be part of it. You can be gaining from it. It's gonna be theirs. Being inside, it's a different total question. Being inside is like I will feed people for, people will still need to be like fed and probably like some like interaction. But yeah, the screen itself that you get in your house and stuff, even in your hand, that's supposed to be gone. I think it's gonna be gone, and that is it's supposed to be. It's like in the next 50 years, we won't get a screen in a house. I think it's just it's a capitalism. The unfortunate part is like, it's like we living in a world where it's like it just keep growing. It can't grow less, and there will be always someone who want to grow bigger. And you have opportunities, but you have also like competition. And then to go against the competition is like sometimes you want to do the dumbest thing, or like the thing like the smartest supposedly. And then right now it's like the dumbest thing. I think is like works, but there is behind the scene some very intense smart people who's going to run the world. Like you take Instagrams, and that is a big thing that I'm aware of, and I'm very hard because I'm a dad. And there's one Instagram manager who left Instagrams and then talk about that school, and I'm sure it's true. That school is like where all the managers from Twitters, Googles, Instagrams, all the kids going in a school with that screen until like their 20s, and they're going to run the world because like they're gonna be alert, and that alert, is like it's what, it's like it's you. Who do you gonna be? You're gonna be the one who feed, or you're gonna want being fed by? Because like they say, it's like maybe like in 100 years we won't be able need to work. You're gonna get a check, and you will just get money, it's like monthly. Because what's gonna be next? So I think it's like I take a day out of the time at the time. Right now it's like my marketing still work on Instagram, and my image, what sell? It's me. When I was at the bakery, I didn't understand that I was failing because I was in the business and not around. The French accent, people want to talk to me and says like I used to speak French. I used to go to Canada, and I believe still in like the natural interactions. Like when I go to dinners, now it's like I don't report. I did it, couple video of the dinners, just like it's like shooting the food and stuff. But it's me and myself and I'm like, I don't want the guests like to just like, figuring out that I'm doing it in front of them, or like it's their birthday, their anniversary. So I have to commute to not using my phone. And I think there is a celebration and like an importance that people acknowledge inconsciently is like when someone doesn't, like I return on my phone, but I always want to turn off my phone at the beginning of the session. And when I put it on the table, I always put face down. That's something that I try to not looking at the notifications, because I feel like the phone gonna send you like some sense. It's like you need to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've been checking mine only because of the time and the cameras and stuff.
No. I don't know. What do you feel about Instagram? I mean, like you grow, so it's like you grow big with AF.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, it's here. Why not use it? You know what I mean? It's like I feel like everything's for the taking online, so why not use it to the best of your ability? And it does it does kind of fuck with you a little bit. You know what I mean? In certain ways.
But you don't want to be the last one.
The last one to
get on it and say fuck. It's like I should have.
Right. Yeah. Like, dude, look at some of the biggest people on TikTok. They were on it when it was, what was it before? Not Tidal.
Musically.
Tidal. What the fuck am I talking about? Musically. Yeah. It's like Addison Rae.
Did I know that?
Bryce Hall, all those people, and they're multi-millionaires now because they got on it early and they established a huge following early.
True.
And I mean, those kids made it. Like they made it. They're set for life. Their family's set for life. Everything. Like they don't have to. They don't have to make a TikTok for the rest of their life.
Nah, but just keep them coming. More money.
What's your limit? Where are you gonna be satisfied? Is there the satisfaction?
He will never be satisfied.
I think so.
I know that for a fact.
You're a hustler.
Oh, 100% him. Yeah.
When you look at the money, it's like
it's not even the money. It's just like I feel like it's a game of it.
Yeah, the game.
You know
he
what I mean?
likes the that's 100%.
We started this from scratch. Like this is just, and this is cool because we get to interact with people like you that we've never met before, but we make a connection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like we put up a reels and like we only have, I don't know, at the beginning, like we had like 20 followers, but a reels gets, 400 likes or something. That shit fires me up. And it's like, it's not like one that gets 2 likes doesn't fire me up. Like I'm like, okay, let's just make more. We gotta make more.
You're right. Yeah. Sometimes it's like you just gotta keep the feed, and then they're gonna swipe down, and then they see like different video. Yeah. That's the thing I don't like about TikTok. Also, it's like I wanna like keep like pushing hard on them, but it's like you can get one who's pushing really hard, and then the same one like who could really work as well, like my food video, and like I feel that fascist because like it's exactly like something could work, but for some reason they decide to not push it.
Yeah,
And
no, and honestly, you're so right on that.
That's
Because I even learned that. Like, I had, like I said, like, when I got all those followers and everything within that month period, I had a couple different accounts, and I would upload, like, similar, like, basically identical to the same clip. One clip hit, like, 6 million views, and then on the other account, it would hit, like, fucking 60. So it's like...
Well, now they recognize the character, too. That dude can cook.
You're right on the head, yeah.
I was in Aspen, and I sleep on a carbondale in an Airbnb. The woman who was the Airbnb host, her son was Sonny. That dude can cook. 4 million followers, blue badge on TikTok, and almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So that guy's like, he's been Gordon Ramsay review one of his video, and he made another video. He's actually very funny. He's not very like hard feelings. That thing that works is funny. And then I met him because she said, oh yeah, my son is kind of famous. And I'm like, I was like, not really, like, I was like, oh, okay, right. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna meet him. So I met him, and he said like, yeah, I'm that dude can cook. Like, you can follow me on TikTok. He's very humble, but I'm like, look at him, I'm like, fuck. It's like, yeah, it's like, you're legit. So he told me it's like TikTok doesn't pay the bill. YouTube pays the bill. He explained me like all the tricks in turn. He doesn't really like Instagrams, but we did a video. I was like, let's do a video. So we did a macaron video, and he shoot me out like 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel that I overnight needed to do a YouTube channel. So I upload some content of video, putting together like somehow making a video. I even like make in the Airbnb at 6 a.m. a video of an omelette and just put it on the YouTube to just get content. And it was like off, like it was not centers. I mean, I was learning stuff because like you gotta be centers. There's all those things that works. You know, the hands, going back, keep moving all the time, like for Instagrams, but for YouTube, you gotta be always vibrant. And the longer the video is and the longer they watch, the better it is for them. But
yep.
that dude explained me a lot about that universe, but it get tiring too. And it's like
God,
he was doing one video a day for 30 days, and he had to take 7 days. But the guy is not much on his phone, but he make bang money on YouTube. Like he made it. He probably, like you said, it was at the beginning of TikTok, before the pandemic, probably like right before. And the pandemic probably is like, I was not on there at the end, think smart probably on that, and realized that it was like online. And if you're not online this day, you're probably failing.
Fuck, good luck. Yeah.
If you're not online, I think it's like, if you're a business owner, and then you're selling a good, you cater service to people like shirts and stuff, and then it's like gears or like food, braid babes. I saw them like locally. They like, you see them, they hustle. And then I don't know if they put us together, but at some point we're gonna meet. At some point we're gonna think like we're not like just ourselves. That's a good strategy also to meet others of your peers. Because I know that feeling when you go to bed and I try to hustle. I contact those people. I'm gonna go, and like you have to try. And you sound stupid sometimes, or you think you sound stupid. But you keep, and then something's gonna pay. You try 500 times, and maybe not enough, and you're gonna try 10,000 times, and 10,000 times, and once, it's gonna be the one, and you get your shit out. Like it's.
You're right.
100%.
It's like going on Food Networks was like, and then winning. I win the fucking show, and that was great to win, but more so it's like meeting all the competitors, see the camera point view, and stuff. It gained me experience with the camera. Facing a camera, any camera is good, and those was big. The lights and stuff. You got 100 of cameras. It's like fucking blow your mind, and you see that things. I was not just like sitting there to just be a candidate. I was trying to take note and see what's up, because I was like, you got a dream, to get on the moon, to land somewhere comfortable for you, because that's what we're looking to be. Is like we're looking to being comfortable, like that chairs.
Yeah, definitely.
What did you make on the Food Network?
I made that's actually good, because I want to do a 4-reel series of what I make on Food Network. I made the first one. I made a French toast, and I thought I was going to be eliminated because it was not it was extreme game, and I was like, fuck, it's not enough eggs, I'm fucked. And the guys made medium rare chicken livers, and you gotta be cooking all the way the chicken livers. So he got eliminated, and after that, I went all the way. The second one, I made a peacock eggs poached. We did games and I lost it. I was like first, and the eggs broke.
Oh no.
And yeah, and I got the peacock eggs and I poached the peacock eggs. I made a salad with beets and stuff. The third one I made the gnocchi. The Camille Italian grandma.
Yeah.
I put my tablier and like I don't know if you watch. What was this thing with Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris. It was Sidekick. The movie Sidekick, and it's like Barry, and like long hairs, and the guy's like a karate kid, and he goes see a master who's like have a Chinese restaurant. And he got this thing, and it's like at this point, it's like I was just putting in, I was having flowers, but I was like just banging stuff because you have 30 minutes to shop and cook. It's pretty intense. It's like it's really intense, and I liked it though, like going all the way.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah, Guy Fieri is like eating beef jerky on the side. Yeah, the back of the scene is like it's funny, and I'm excited to do more show.
That's cool.
Yeah, because it's probably not gonna be the last one. So
No, definitely.
Kind
Best
of
of
a
luck to you on
random
that.
question off that, but is French toast big in France?
no,
No.
not all.
I feel like I even
That's
knew
what I
that
thought.
fucking answer. You
French
jerk
toast?
off.
Yeah, no, I know, but I just for the people out there.
What else? There's another one also. It's like we don't eat much because the French toast is like we call pain
French
perdu.
fries aren't.
French fries are in Belgium, and that was a trend. They called them French fries because at the time it was sounds better to say French, so the Belgium invent them. The what is the French onion soup we do, but not as much as here. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's our obesity problem, probably.
The chicken wings, though, is
yeah.
like you will not want to deal with them. We get them and they're like pre-cooked, and it's in a bag, and you can put them in the microwave, and they pop when they're ready.
Ew.
No way.
Popped chicken wings.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You gotta try them though.
Yeah.
I
He's
I would
gotta do a
try,
rating.
but I don't know.
No, it would not be like crispy.
That's
Um,
not good.
What's your favorite sauce for the wings?
I like hot. I think. I don't know. There's some random like little places that make really good sauces, like that. It's their own
They're just
sauce.
different,
Like,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
there's one
Different shit.
down south of Western New York, but they make a golden parm. I don't know what it is, but it's got like Parmesan cheese on top and like.
Wow.
But I feel like every
really good.
place has like their own individual certain thing.
Yeah.
Are you
You know
gonna
what
make
I'm
like a wine road, like a wing road, like you take people on a wing tour,
Oh, that's a fucking
There is a wing
good
tour in
idea.
Buffalo
Is there?
already, yeah.
but not the
Is there?
AF wing tour.
That's a
Yeah, wing tour.
no, the Buffalo AF one. You're gonna get the
Get the snowman.
uncensored version.
Yeah, uncensored version.
You get a
uncensored.
commercial
I
snowman,
used
like
to do
pushing
the wing
bus.
reviews. I used to do the wing reviews on Instagram all the time, and I got sick of it. Like,
Oh yeah, that's true. I remember now. That was you.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
fuck.
but like during COVID, I was giving these places like bad scores, and they're like during COVID, like they're all struggling, and I was just getting roasted. Dude. I was getting blasted on Instagram for this, and I was like, "Fuck you guys!" Like I'm doing my thing
Because he's
And
a
then-
fucking asshole.
Yeah, because I'm just an asshole. And then, but then I like really sat back and thought about it. I'm like, man, these people really are struggling right now, bro. And I feel
And
bad.
you're
Like,
just out there roasting their
What do you think of
product.
Barbille? Now
What?
that now
Barbell?
yeah.
I think they have the best quality wings
That's for
from
sure. He's right.
a restaurant, like a bigger restaurant in Buffalo. I think they take the most time in like making sure their wings are quality. They're all cooked right, and they're all like you never get like a deformed wing.
There's a guardian of the wings who's like walking inside and just like looking the size and stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
everything's kind of uniform, and I don't know.
Do you make them at home? Like
No.
they're-
I'm not a cook at all, dude.
yeah, me either.
I sort of like using the braised juice of the coq au vin or the bourguignon. It's kind of like gooey, like the barbecue sauce, same textures, not the same flavors, obviously, but like just like doing the wings and like just like toss them into the bourguignon. But I was like, it's a border. I was like, I don't think people will buy that. That is a staple that you can't really mix up because people will try one time and say it's like, okay, it's like that was fun. Goodbye. It's
Yeah.
like it's a
What's your best like dish you think?
that I've made over the years.
Yeah.
On a starter, there is a salad that has been working a lot. It's called the Lyonnaise salad that we perform for the second years. It's leek carrot. There is lardon, so it's like lard porks, like bacons, and it's like nice and crispy. We got some croutons that we roast in garlic, butters, just simple, and then a Dijon vinaigrette on a frisée. That's good for the savory, for like something like nice and legit. I mean, you go with a Bordelaise sauce, So it's a red wine sauce, kind of like a béarnaise, but like with red wine. And you get a filet, you get the heart, nice and grilled, toasted, and then the gratin potatoes. That's like, I think that's like the thing where it's like, if I'm not smoking cigarette again, ever, I mean, since like 2015, but that is the thing you need a cigarette after.
Yeah.
The kind of cigarette you miss. It's like, it's like you feel bloated. You can't eat a dessert, but you feel good.
Yeah.
No, bourbon. I mean, I was talking to someone who doesn't drink anymore. It's like a nice glass of bourbon after that, yeah.
Now, like, trying to figure out how to word this, like, because it's like weird, but so being like a quote unquote like top level chef, like you're doing some like pretty fancy type stuff, you would say, right? Like
I'm not top level. Some people are gonna come and say, "Shut the fuck up, French."
I understand.
Fucking Napoleon.
I understand. There's crazy, but you're top level compared to me, who's like this guy right here. Like I prefer a microwave over anything. Like I am not like I'm picky, but like I don't really care what food tastes like.
This guy would lose 40 pounds if he didn't have a microwave.
You have a microwave at home?
Oh hell, that's all I use. Listen, I have no patience. Like
you don't have a microwave at home?
I don't have a microwave.
Damn, what the fuck you mean?
I don't.
See, I don't have any patience.
Sometimes I miss it though. It's like I tell you, it's like even yesterday I was like, fuck, dude. You know, it's like, but I don't.
Like my thing is like I have no patience, so like I'll take something out of the fridge that's already made up. Like say there's spaghetti in the fridge, right? Like I'm eating that cold because like I don't really care what anything tastes like. I just want to get food in me. Like I'm not really going for flavor.
So you're like the brother of Remy in Ratatouille.
Yes. Like I'm just gonna eat whatever's in front of me and just get it done with.
I should do a food video with you as like a blind test. It's like we just like try some food.
Seriously,
like,
yeah.
Just like smell. What is it? My ass. It's like no, but I mean like really intensely. It's like I think it's I see what you mean, but it can get blurry. But I feel it's like the jobs that we take over sometime and we decide to do is like make people like stop a little bit on the food. Yeah. And I can talk for myself with my accent. Just when I start speaking, people are gonna stop a little bit more on the word. But there's a thing called the umami feeling. If you just take that in considerations, like you will think is like the morning you gotta put I don't have socks, so I cannot say I'm terrible today. But like you gotta put socks, you gotta put shoes, you gotta put the pants, not a dirty boxers. It's kind of the same things. You gotta get acidity, you gotta get salt, a bit of crunchiness, and then you gotta heat it up. And it's gonna melt the fat. Then now it's like you're starting to get the things, you're starting to get that combinations, and you're like, okay, it's like that sounds like totally like what the fuck is he saying? Now if I put like lemon, that's acidity. We're gonna heat it up with a fish. So you're putting some butters, the fat. Then you blacken the butter, and you blacken the slice of lemon, and you put some thyme and rosemary. And you put the fish on top, and then you blacken it a little bit.
Like what you just say there is absolutely fucking crazy to me, because like I said, I'm not super into I'm just plain.
But
I'm not plain
on the budget though. You take a tilapia fish, it costs like $5-7 for 2 pieces, and still like we're talking about crisis right now. That's also the point I'm trying to get in the sense of my video, like what is not been done already, but trying to like go budget, and you pay less money because like the things that they do is like you pay so much money for so less, and like you say, it's like Barbil, they do bring attention to the chicken wing quality, but like some of the wings are like
it's not always.
It can be really. It can be like really garbage, and it's like
right. It's a gamble, really. You know.
Like, well, garbage on your ears. Depend like how you feel. It's like you go through an age. Like in your early 20s, you're like fuck. It's like why live forever? And then you're getting close to your 30s, which I'm like hitting the curve now. And then it's like not that I want to live forever, but it's like I also want to enjoy. And the appreciation of like okay, it's like you have done sex all your life. But what about good sex?
I'll give you that. When you put it like that, yeah.
You want it cold or warm?
Yeah. Prefer cold.
Yeah. You're funny.
No, but what my real...
Dan has microwave sex.
Oh, that's some... Damn.
You get the pocket? Do you get the pocket? The one who's like going the microwave? Because I had one pocket one time. It's dangerous because like they put stuff like crack, it's like candy, and then you eat one, you want to eat the second one.
No, I'm never a big Hot Pocket guy.
Yeah.
Like my thing is like I'll just like reheat something or like something I bought from the other day, but like I'm like super plain. Like I can go home and I'll eat like celery and I'll eat like 7 sticks of it and I'll be full. Like I don't really give
So
a shit.
you're looking for the protein.
Not even a protein. Like I don't really have
Just like getting it.
something in my stomach, so I don't feel hungry anymore.
There's a good steak sandwich. I want to give a shout out to Good Guys Deli on
Good Guys.
Jersey Street. Yeah,
Okay.
little kitchen. It looked like a bodega, and inside they're making a good steak sandwich.
I've never been
Yeah,
there.
they brush the garlic on the
I've
bread.
heard of it though. I actually
Good Guys Deli.
I feel like I've passed it.
Some has like the step out buffalo. I don't know why, because it's not probably like what they're known for, but they put a slice of their pizza like drawing on different like pizza places and masses and stuff.
Okay.
But they are known, I think, like for their steak sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah. And I get jalapeno, no banana peppers. Jalapeno.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, those are like you said, it's like sometimes there's like little places, even chef, it's like we get our temperament where it's like we're gonna eat something like very fat, it's like something like we don't care really much for. Freddy J's, it's like in the west side where I'm like very proud of. Freddy J's good, fried chicken, like
Yeah, I've heard of it.
yeah their waffle, chicken and waffle. It's velvet, and then you get the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It looks good. I've seen it on
Banger.
social media. the
I know
red
it's trick
velvet
though.
waffle.
It's
that
like,
sounds good though.
his trick is like coconut. I saw the coconut can. I'm like, you put that in your mac and cheese? And he said yes. I'm like, no, but he's good. He's been doing it forever, and then it's like the staple, take it by the names, and the name make it itself. So it's like you go for that, and I think it's like that's what I like about Buffalo. The things after it's like saying is like you're the best or not. There's a lot being said and not. Chef Darian, Chef Camille, very close to each other, very far from each other. A little bit of history behind, but it's like I think I respect each chef in the city. There is some very incredible talents who popping out of the quarantine, and again, it's like it's part of the business. It's like you inspire people, and people want to do the same too sometimes. So you probably have some other people who's trying to do shirt, and Bleached by Abigail, Buffalo Food Slot, and not that I like. We all like everybody or like hate everybody, or it's business. We're not like screaming on our social media platform, because if you start doing it, it goes in a toxic for you, for your own self, for your own sake. But I think it's very important to get pairs. It means you create a movement, and that movement is like just like highlight that is like it's worth it to spend some time of people who doesn't like it's like want to get a shirt, want to get a good plate, private chef. Now we get like 4 good private chefs in the city. There's Chef Smitha, which is Indian food, red beer. There's myself, there's Chef Darian's, and then they even like Snowman, private chef that I met, and she's amazing. She used to have run a caters out of Seattle.
Yeah, I met her the other day.
What's her name?
I don't know her name, but
like she's great people. And
yeah, she pulled up
it's
to
like,
the house. Yeah.
Like that the thing was like run up. After it's like again it's like it goes by like how can you sell yourself, and when it comes down to that, it's like that's what my friends say from like community beer work. It's like Cam is not the greatest chef, the great marketers. I'm a marketer first. It's like I'm like you. It's like don't ever forget, if you look at me like in my fancy video and stuff, it's like the taste is theirs, but don't get me wrong, it's like there's one thing that I know more than like doing food. I think is like it's marketing myself. That will not work without. It's like I got a great coordinators, I got a great teams, I pay them well. They do well the jobs. Molly has been with me like in almost like a role of like an American mom, talking about isolation. It's like running out of divorce and stuff. Yeah, but it's like definitely it's like you have to get that market. You have to find your niche. You have to hang to it, and you gotta give it out everything. And if you think you give everything, it's like if you think that you don't give enough, it's because we're gonna run down. It's like the motor's we're gonna get some miles under, and it's gonna drive slower. So it's like as long as you can drive fast, it's like just take it as you can.
I never really thought about that till you said that, but like, yeah, you're right. Like every chef around here, like that is a little bigger on social media. They each have their own niche. Like sub chef is like
pizza, wings,
pizza and wings. Chef
and he
Cousteau's
told
like,
us that Chef Cousteau's more of like a steak.
Chef Cousteau, yeah. I mean, like those are like the majors.
Yeah, he's more into the meats and smoking meats and stuff.
But he's
like
not
that.
going on private. He's going behind the screen. Because they don't have no reason to waste time. Yeah. That is the thing, though, is like where you tell me is like, would you want to still be a private chef if I was like getting big on TV?
Right.
It's hard because it's like everybody wants your skin, and Chef Darian's running into that. I saw him at the supermarket, and he was telling me it's like people want him at their home, but it's like he's busy with the rest, and it's really hard to split your times efficiently for you, for your income, worth your money. Yeah,
Right.
because
Yeah.
there is a limit.
Got to choose like almost what you love or money, like you're like how. Yeah.
That's facts. I know.
I like the dinners, but it's like, trust me, it's like I feel like I'm moving in and out every day, and it's painful. Like getting all the stuff in the truck, and you make your fun video, but it's like at the end of the day, you gotta take all the case of like your nice fancy plate you brought, the glasses, the coolers, you gotta drain the waters, wash all the tablecloths and the napkins. So yeah, it's like getting my own cooking shows, like it's a yes and no. Now it's like you walking the street and like people like want to acknowledge you and want to get a piece of you. That's the things. IF is like getting big. You get 1 million followers tomorrow. It's like they're gonna come and see you and what they can take of you. It's like it's what do you want to deal with. So the best position for me will be at this time of my life is like if I could be like hiding somewhere and get paid well for it.
Yeah, I give you that. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be.
I'm with you on that. 100%.
I wish I was like staying longer in school and I went to college sometimes for that. Because it's, if you don't take care of your social media, it's like it's my bread and butter.
It's over.
I have to do it now. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't
It's a
bring
job.
Yeah, we every time I do a reel, talking about like insight, but I get like 7 to 8 inquiry for dinners.
It's a fucking
People
job.
buy the frame.
It's crazy.
I think they're about to do a shoot here, so.
Yeah, and Red Beer is doing a great job, like with his all infused. That the all infused dinner is like just like a thing that is like now there, and then Chef Smita have their spice. So they all have also like a side gig. I give it up the macaron. It's too much work. But,
Give you that.
yeah,
It's rough out there. Like that shit is tough.
Chef Cousteau is like that's what he do is you have your shirt, he have his spice, he have his knife.
Yep.
So you
Yeah.
gotta.
Marketing. It's crazy.
What do you have? What's your product?
Me, I just work with him now.
Yeah.
Him and I are a package deal. You want him, you get me. You want me, you get him.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes.
Even in bed.
Even in bed.
Even in bed.
That's some
You guys
suspect
sleeping
shit.
together? With the wings? It's like, yeah, like, shut up. So how long you been knowing each other? What's work and what doesn't work?
Shit.
2 years.
2 years
2 years
or so.
or so.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like I feel like you just got to keep pushing and keep up with trends.
With trend.
yeah, you got to
trends.
make sure you're relevant in the situation.
Yeah,
Because
and
like
whatever
nothing
you're doing.
lasts forever, especially when it comes to social media trends.
Also, it depends like how big do you want to go? You know what I'm saying? Like
Because there are some
How
people
big do you want to go?
who wants to go to the moon. I know that.
Barstool?
no, like
Bigger than Barstool. What up?
I don't know.
Barstool.
I want to be big, but like I like the Buffalo F thing. That will never be ginormous. It's just Buffalo. So it's like how much is your niche?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Barstool is a niche, but that's ginormous.
That's everywhere. Like it's not just
Yeah, but you
Buffalo.
get it's like Maximus Decimus gladiators.
Yeah.
You gotta win the crowd before winning the empires because like your crowd is Buffalo. If you win your crowd in Buffalo, you can
Start
gain
expanding.
different territory, but it will happen eventually. It definitely get a bubbles. When you get off, it's good. It's easy. Getting in and getting out. I think you bring back some offer on the tables. It's very important to and easy to not stay for sure. All years long in Buffalo is like I will not recommend. You will definitely like go. It's
Yeah.
like
It's facts. All right, I think they're gonna do
Yeah,
a
I think
shoot
they have a
here.
shoot coming in,
so I
so-
think we got to wrap this quick. Is there anything you want to plug before we wrap it up? Like your
my
Instagram
website,
and everything?
www.camilleprivatechef.com.
It'll be in the description too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, everything will
Your
be down there
Instagram and
below.
Your website.
Thank you for the appreciate for.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
we
thanks for
appreciate
coming
it.
through. That was a great talk, dude.
That was good. I could sit here and talk for hours, but we got.
You need to write a book too.
You need to write a book.
Throw
You
that
need
out
to
there.
write a book.
Private Chef Confidential.
I'm telling you, I would read that shit. I don't even read that much. I would read that.
Bet.
You got a whole lot of stories behind
Once
you.
I get time, it's like yeah, and people also have stories of me. It's like not the best one sometimes.
I'll give you that. But you know what? We all have our thing.
We got our moments, you know. It's like it's just like, but I mean, it's like you don't do it alone. That's what I always say. It's like it's like someone tells you that it's like they was having a spectators, but they was having also like coworkers on the move. So it's like I think it's like it's very important to stay the best you can yourself. That's what
Right.
Boss Up we talk about. That's what you say. It's like
Yep.
people didn't like you during quarantine, but it's like in the meantime, it's like good or bad. It's like it's just.
You're
bring
right.
it
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank
I
you
see
for
you on the
coming
field.
through.
Thank you.